Coming up on today's episode of Chicago Bears Now, I'm going to take a look at my 5 breakout candidates for the 2025 season for the Chicago Bears. And I remind you guys every year, but I'll do it again here. This is my personal breakout candidates criteria. Rookies aren't allowed. Now, if you have a huge rookie year and you're already established, then next year you wouldn't be eligible either, because the third note here is you can't have already broken out. Right? So, like, Jaden Daniels, for my criteria, wouldn't fit this because he already broke out as a rookie and was very, very good. The other note is you got to be entering year 2, year 3, or year 4. If you're beyond year 4, sure, are there late bloomer breakouts? It does happen, but it's pretty rare, and you're not really going to project that. It's these guys early in their career that have shown potential. Maybe they were high draft picks, haven't put it all together yet. Maybe this is the year they take that big step. Last year I had 10 guys. I'm only doing 5 this year. Tyrique Stevenson, thought about putting a shrug because there were still flashes, but I still think all in all he probably was better as a rookie, so that was an X. Darnell Wright, I think he's established now. Certainly still room to grow. Could take that next step still. Javon Dexter, soft check mark. I think he improved enough. I think he's established at least as a good player. Is he a high-end starter? I wouldn't say that, but I think he's beyond eligibility for this video this year. Brisker, injuries, I'm not going to include him because I think we have 3 years or 2.5 years of him playing now at a pretty good level. So, when he's out there, it's a green check, but obviously missed a lot of time. Kyler Gordon's good to go. He was a fringe. You could have argued he had already broken out before last year. Roshan, X, did not take that next step. Tyler Scott, barely played. X. Zach Pickens, same deal, barely played. Terrell Smith, shrug emoji, still not a starter, kind of a part-time starter, a high-end backup. I like him, hasn't played enough, not projected as a starter again, so I'm not going to include him in the video this year, but, I think he's – for where they got him and what he's done, he's been pretty good. And then obviously Velus Jones, complete whiff. I didn't expect him to break out, but he had an opportunity to, and that did not happen. Who is your top breakout candidate for 2025? Who is at the top of the list? Let us know in the comments. And if the answer is not Caleb Williams, then I don't know what to tell you, because I don't think you could qualify his rookie season as enough of a success where he's already broken out, like with Jaden Daniels. Now, obviously, Jaden Daniels can still improve and probably should, as he's only 1 year into his career. But to me, I would not include him on a Commanders breakout candidates video. Caleb Williams, while he showed some high-end flashes, also had some low lows, suffered a 10-game losing streak. It was tumultuous. And, at times left something to be desired there. His growth is the most important thing for this team this season. Obviously, we all want to win. We want to go to the playoffs, all that stuff. But if you told me today, hey, the Bears go 8-9 this year, but you leave the season knowing without a doubt you've got your franchise quarterback, that would absolutely be a success. Up and down rookie year, I still think there were plenty of positives in there, but we want to see that true breakout this year. Like, ideally, at the end of the year, it's like, okay, this guy is a top 10 QB moving forward. That would be great. At least top 15, but for sure but hopefully top 10 would be ideal. Odunze, kind of the same deal. Saw the flashes. There were some rookie moments where, especially early in the year, where it seemed like him and Caleb weren't on the same page, where Caleb thought he was running a comeback. He kept running the go, and some of that just comes with reps. But certainly still a lot to build on, right? As a number 3 receiver, as a rookie in a bad offense, still caught 50 balls, over 700 yards, big play weapon. He was good. He was good. But unlike Malik Neighbors or Brian Thomas Jr., he's not like established as like, whoa, this is already one of the best receivers in the league. So solid player, but I'm still expecting a big jump. Like I've said it, I think he's a 1,000-yard guy this year. I think there's a world where he's this team's wide receiver 1. I think both those things are possible. I think the 1,000 yards should happen for sure. I don't think he has to be the top receiver on the team this year, but I think it's definitely a possibility. Get yourself a Caleb Williams jersey today as he and Rome are looking to take off together in 2025. Chatsports.com/Caleb jersey. That link is in the comments and in the description of this video. Click and shop today. Only $100 for a limited time only. I'm going to include Tyrique Stevenson again. He was in the video last year. He's in it this year. I think through 2 seasons, we've seen the highs and we've seen the lows. His highs and lows couldn't be further on the end of each side of the spectrum, right? The low was obviously what happened in Washington. Part of that is maturity. Part of that is on the field just play that we saw after that game throughout the rest of the season. It seemed like he lost his confidence, and he's definitely a guy that when he's playing well, he's playing with swagger, with confidence. He's talking shit. I like it. He toes that line. I think last year he crossed it too many times. I still am a believer in the talent. I'm a believer in the mentality. I like my corners playing with an edge. I will go back to this, and I will continue to say it. The second half of his rookie year and early last year, and by the way, Week 18 against the Packers as well last year in a game they won, he played at a pretty high level. It's just, can you bring it snap to snap, week in, week out? I still think there's a world where he could be a number 1 corner in this league. But the good news for the Bears, just be a good number 2 guy. You got Jalen Johnson. You got Kyler in the slot. The scheme should help being a press man corner. He's big, long, physical, likes to get in receivers' faces. So I think that'll help. It's about being consistent. It's about maturing. And if he can do those things, he's got all the tools in the toolbox. Austin Booker, a player who I frankly thought we'd be talking about more throughout this offseason, hasn't really been the case. Pretty quiet at OTAs and minicamp around Booker. They took him in the 5th round last year. Draft experts said had he gone back to school that year and had a good year, he would have been a 1st or 2nd round pick this year. Well, if that were true, he's now entering year 2 in the NFL. Like, you would expect a 1st or 2nd round pick to at least be a high-end rotation player early on. And, he's been in an NFL system for 2 years. Obviously, all the coaching stuff, we get that. But I did not have it on my bingo card that we would hear more praise around Dominique Robinson than Austin Booker during Bears OTAs and minicamp. Doesn't mean really much of anything. Like, training camp, pads go on, preseason games, on to the regular season. That's what matters. But I'll tell you this. After Montez Sweat and Dio Odengbo, they got to find somebody else who's going to produce off the edge, whether it's Austin Booker, Daniel Hardy, Dominique Robinson, a free agent. I don't really care who it is. I'd love it to be Booker because when they drafted him, they felt pretty good about what he could be. I like the pick as well. He's got the profile. He's got the frame. He needs to probably thicken up a little bit still, but this is a big year for him. Like, if he's more of the same from last year, then maybe this is just who he is. Okay, lastly, Kiran Amegadjie. I don't think he has to win the starting job and be a good left tackle to necessarily, be on the positive trajectory, but he's got that opportunity. He's in the mix to be the starting left tackle. Him and Trapilo split reps with the pads off at OTAs and minicamp. Obviously, Braxton Jones is still rehabbing that ankle surgery. And so he's got a shot to win this left tackle competition. Now, I personally am not really convinced he's going to win that job. I do think it'll be Braxton Jones or Ozzy Trapilo, but that doesn't mean he still can't have value. That doesn't mean the arrow can't be pointing up. Number one, he could be the backup left tackle to whoever wins the job. Maybe the other guy is the backup right tackle. I would like to see him get some reps at left and right guard because as much as we have praised the Bears for getting Jonah Jackson, Joe Thuney, and Drew Dahlman and rebuilding that interior offensive line, who are the backup interior guys? Luke Newman, 6th rounder out of Michigan State. Hopefully he's a good player, but late round rookie, that's 50-50 at best. Ryan Bates, who has an arthritic shoulder and a concussion issue and has not been seen this offseason. Bill Murray, who flashed but brief snaps last year. I look at Kiran Amegadjie, and yes, he's got the arm length and the size to be a tackle, but he also is pretty physical, and maybe he's just not light-footed enough to play tackle at the NFL level, but maybe he could just be this big, physical, mauling guard. I hope the Bears, especially if he's kind of falling behind in that tackle competition, put him at left guard in a preseason game and see if he can go to work. Get him on the move because I'm just envisioning him pulling on a toss crack play. I think you get him out in space as a guard where, speed rushers off the edge at tackle are going to give him a problem, but you kick him inside where you're not facing as quick a feeted guy. Maybe that's a role where he could do well. He's your top backup guard, and then maybe he's a starter down the road. So I still think the jury is out on Kiran Amegadjie. I'm not super high on his prospects of winning the left tackle job. That doesn't mean he can't carve out a role here. Who is your top breakout candidate? I'll ask it again. Top breakout candidate for 2025. Caleb's the obvious answer. Maybe throw another name down for us in the comments section and let us know. All right, guys, appreciate it. If you made it to the end of the video, that makes you a real one. My name is Harrison Graham. Don't forget to subscribe. Bear down.